Hi everyone, John Davenport here with another community edit, I guess you could say. So this is my edit of Community Edit 11 over on my forum. If you want to take part in any of the future ones, you can click on this link here and sign up and get the current download. I'm also accepting submissions, so if you would like to submit me a photo like this one here that we're working on today, you can do that all from this page in this link here. So let's move on to this photo. This was submitted by Dawn over on the forums, and I think it's a really fun one to work on. There's a lot of different things you can do with it, and just looking through really quickly on what's been submitted so far, there's a lot of different angles that people can take it. One of the big themes is something that I'm going to actually do right off the bat, and that is to clone out some of this shrubbery here. I'm just going to do a very quick and dirty clone job, nothing too professional here, just to kind of get the point across. But I think that cleaning up these shrubs here, and it's one of the things that I always hate about photographing waterfalls and just anything out in very wooded areas, is that you always will find a brush or shrub or something that'll get in the way. A lot of times, if I have someone with me, I will go so far as to tell that person to pull the brush out of the way if it's possible, just so I don't have to clone it out in post-production. It makes it a lot easier. This one isn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse to get rid of that shrubbery, but in a couple minutes there while I was talking to you guys, I was pretty good about just very quickly, like I said, quick and dirty removal there. Nothing too fancy and professional. You can definitely go a lot more careful and zoom in and really get it perfect. But for the sake of this video, I think we're in good shape. Now the next thing I want to do is just check and see how the highlights are going to come down, and I like this reduction here. It really darkens up this right hand side of the frame as well as the top of the photo, which is a little bit overexposed. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shadow detail as well, which will help brighten up the waterfall itself, as well as these shrubs on the left hand side, and add a little character. Now the next thing I want to play around with is the white balance of this image. I feel like here, especially when you see these white waters here of the waterfall falling over, and up here, they're a little on the blue side. So what I want to do is I want to actually warm the photo up a bit here. So I'm just going to grab my temp slider and add a little warmth to the photo. I'm just going to kind of feel it out where I want it to be. You could go really warm, but that gets a little too artistic for me. I'm going to go somewhere around here. The greens start to get a little more green and a little more yellow brought into the water here. I think it looks a little more lively. And I like the fact that the water now is white. So we've come a long way in a very short amount of time. I think the next thing I'm going to do, just to try and see how it will work, is grab my adjustment brush tool here. And I'm going to set the clarity to -100 and the sharpness to -100. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paint in on the water and just the water. And what this will do is it'll actually kind of create almost a blurring effect to the water. I found it really does a pretty good job at mimicking an even longer exposure. It's not, the perfect solution, but it depends on the look you're going for too. So what I've done is I've just painted in everywhere, and that kind of just softens everything up, but it keeps all the shrubs and everything nice and sharp. Now, there's a lot of other stuff that you can do here. Just playing around, I want to try and actually zoom in here and clone out some of these harder spots. I think they're a little bit distracting, especially being in the center of the frame. So I'm just going to really quickly clone out a few of these here, just to clean up the overall photo in the middle there. Let's see. And what happens, I don't know. I mean, this might be too much to try and clone out, but this shrub in the foreground is kind of um, driving me a little crazy. So what I can try and do is, if my computer will let me, I am recording, so it can be a little slow at times when I try and do kind of intense editing things while I'm recording a video. But just something like this, really quick and dirty, and then we get this nice little. It almost, makes the waterfall look as if it goes on a lot further. You can see the edge there is a little bit not perfect, but that's something that you could spend a lot of time cleaning up too. So that's pretty good. I think that's about where I'm gonna call it for this video. There's a lot more you can actually do if you want. Maybe add a little more contrast. Can go a little more vibrant with it, I think. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sharpen it up just a little bit. I am gonna actually get rid of this leaf here as well, just because it's bugging me. But yeah, I mean, like I've said a couple times, I think I'm pretty much done with this. We've brought it pretty far from where it was, and I think that's kind of the point of this series, is just to see where people can take the images. I'll try and remember to put a link to each recap on the video itself in the comments, just so that you guys can all see the different edits that people have done. But you can always head back to the forum and find it as well. So anyway, I hope you'll consider joining in and sending me a photo to put up for the group to edit, because we do need more of those. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you next week with my next community edit. Bye for now.